Oh, hello, friend, and welcome back to the Pain-Free Period podcast. I'm your host, Ali Becker, your new favorite period coach, and I am so excited that you're here. I hope you're so excited that you're here because today we are talking about one of my favorite conversations. Honestly, I got so excited that I did my hair. I haven't done my hair in like 3 years, so I don't know what that says, but it's got to say something. Anyways, let's get into it. So here's the thing. Most doctors that I went to go see about my debilitating period pain and PMS, which was eventually diagnosed as endometriosis, never once mentioned to me that what I was eating and drinking might have anything to do with my period pain. They always just offered birth control or painkillers or told me to get surgeries, but they never questioned my food intake. Actually, that's not entirely true. There was once this naturopath doctor that I went to see when things were really bad. I had just been diagnosed with endometriosis at 23, and they told me the only thing that I could do was get a laparoscopy to have the lesions burnt off. Now, I don't like surgeries, I don't like going under, and a laparoscopy sounded horrifying, so I decided that I was going to seek out any natural intervention that I could. So I went to this naturopath, she talked me through everything and told me that nutrition, movement, sleep, sunlight, stress were all things that were impacting my period pain and PMS. Now, at the time, I thought this was kind of woo-woo, like I had never heard anybody say that, and I had no idea that these lifestyle decisions were impacting my period pain in any way. So I went out on a limb and I listened to her because I didn't want to have the surgery. So for 30 days, I followed her plan. I ate a whole foods, low inflammatory diet, and lo and behold, when my period showed up 30 days later, it was way friggin' better. It was the best it had ever been in my entire life. Now, you think that because of that experience, I would have kept going. I would have stayed on the plan. I would have been like, this is amazing, whole foods for life. But there was no accountability. I couldn't stay consistent, and I didn't have a lot of support in my life at that time of people who were eating like that or wanted to see me succeed. So I fell back into old habits and routines. And guess what? 30 days later, the cramps came roaring back, worse than they were before, and I threw my arms up in the air and I said, to hell with it. I'm getting a surgery. And I got the surgery, and it didn't bring me any bit of relief. So naturally, that was a light bulb moment for me. Nutrition does make a difference, and it can make a huge difference. Improving your nutrition will improve your period pain. It might not make it go away entirely, but it will definitely make it better. So if you're sitting here thinking, wait, I could actually change my period pain and PMS through food? The answer is hell yes. Now here's why. Inflammation is one of the main drivers of period pain and PMS symptoms. Things like cramps, low back pain, migraines, mood swings, all the crap that we really don't want. Now, some inflammation is normal, of course, but when your body is stuck with high levels of chronic inflammation, that's when problems occur. And the food that you eat every single day is either increasing that inflammation or not increasing that inflammation. It is as simple as that. But here's where people get tripped up. They think they need to overhaul their entire diet overnight. Now, that is one approach. You can go all in. You can do an elimination diet. You could try Whole30. You could go see a naturopath and get them to work you through the elimination diet step by step so you get rid of all of the potential stressors in your life and reintroduce them back one at a time to see how they make you feel. Now, this is a good approach for people if you're an all or nothing kind of gal. Or maybe if you don't have a lot of stress in your life, you got a lot of time, energy, effort, you're excited about this approach, go for it. I've done it and I've loved it. But other times in my life when I've had a lot going on or I'm already stressed or I'm feeling overwhelmed, I'm not that excited about it, I prefer to go with gentle transitions. Now, gentle transitions are just that. They are small shifts that you can actually stick with. One thing at a time, made easy, obvious, and even fun. So how do we do that? Well, we pick some simple swaps that we feel like we can do in our lives every single day, day after day after day. And we do those. We do it today, and we do it again tomorrow, and the next day, and the next day, and the next day. And when this habit becomes second nature to us because we've done it so many times we can't imagine our lives not doing it, then we're ready for the next swap. One thing that I like to do is every day that I do the thing that I'm trying to do differently, I put a little colorful gold star on my calendar. And I love to see the gold stars stack up over time. And after 2 weeks, I will often reward myself with something. Maybe I'll buy one of those really cool bath bombs, or maybe I'll take myself out for a nice hike, or I'll go get a massage. I reward the behavior that I'm doing, so it makes my brain want to keep doing good behaviors. Plus, I feel better, so it makes it easier for me to keep following this new simple shift. So I want to introduce you to a really great low-inflammatory omnivore way of eating. Now, if you're plant-based, that's cool. You can swap out the meat for other protein-based products that you enjoy. And then at the end of the video, we're going to talk about a few of the single steps that you could select and then implement into your life today and tomorrow and the next day and the next day. Okay? So one thing that works for me is to keep things super simple. And that's why I have the fuck recipes approach. Okay, it sounds a bit harsh, and honestly, sometimes I still use recipes because sometimes they're fun. But oftentimes, recipes with 20 ingredients or that take 3 hours are overwhelming and hard to sustain. So this is how we keep it simple. We just need a plate with 4 things. First, we want to pick a protein. This could be chicken, lamb, turkey, tuna, salmon, protein powder, beans, whatever it is, pick one protein and put it on your plate. And then we want to add fiber in the form of veggies. So this could be anything: broccoli, zucchini, cauliflower, carrots, cucumbers, bok choy, whatever veggies you like. And actually, it would be really great if you mix them up, because we want to aim for 30 to 40 different types of veggies throughout the week, because this is going to improve the diversity in our gut bacteria and it's going to keep things fun. Then we want to throw in some healthy fats. So this could be olive oil, avocado, nuts, cheese, delicious things like that. If you're trying to maintain or lose weight, you really want to consider moderating the amount of fats that you're eating, because fats are very calorie dense, but they are also really essential for our body and brain function, so don't skip out. And then there's carbs. Yes, carbs belong too. I love sweet potatoes or yuca. You can throw in things like rice and oats, but it's really beneficial if you actually cook the rice and oats the day before and you let it sit in the fridge overnight, so it creates a resistant starch that feeds your gut in a really healthy way, and it lowers the blood glucose spikes that you get from eating these heavily starchy carbs. So that's it. Protein, fiber, fats, and carbs. Fuck recipes, just build a plate. But what about snacks? Because listen, we're all human. Sometimes I want a snack. Sometimes you probably want a snack. That 3 p.m. snack monster shows up knocking at the door. Now, ideally, we're eating enough in breakfast, lunch, and dinner, or however you break your meals down, that we're not really having to have snacks in between meals. But sometimes you have an active day, or you ate less calories at lunch and you're feeling hungry at 3 p.m. Grab a snack. It's all good. But try to make that snack a healthy snack. Instead of ripping into a bag of processed crap, or what I like to call products, think about something that's actually going to serve you. And now that you know that that food is going to increase or decrease your period pain, you might be more inclined to choose something that supports you. Some of my favorites are apples with almond butter. I like a handful of nuts, or maybe some dark chocolate. I love carrots with hummus, cucumbers with sea salt, and especially love some plain high-protein Greek yogurt with some frozen berries. Simple, whole food, don't make it complicated. And here's the coolest thing. This isn't just about period pain. This way of eating helps your energy, your moods, your creativity, your clarity, your sex drive, your health span, your lifespan. Every single thing in your life is going to be improved by you improving your nutrition. That is friggin' amazing. This means you get to live longer and feel better while doing it. So instead of thinking, I have to change the way I eat, you could be like, holy crap, I get to change the way I eat. That is amazing. The choices I make today are going to make me feel better tomorrow. And my period that's 2, 3, 4 weeks away might actually be less painful because of the food choices that I make today. That is incredible. Okay, so we want to start with one shift. Maybe we're not eating whole foods right now. Maybe that plate seems miles away. Okay, so what simple swaps could we make today? All right, so I want you to pick one thing off this list. I'm going to talk you through them, and you can pick the one that you feel like is going to be the most sustainable and easy to implement, and damn it, even fun. Number 1 is start your meal with veggies. Stack on raw carrots, cucumbers, or peppers before your main dish. This is a great way to add fiber to your diet, and also that fiber in your stomach before your main meal is going to slow down the absorption of glucose into your bloodstream and help stabilize your blood sugar levels. Number 2, add protein at every single meal. Okay, aim for 0.8 to 1 grams of protein per pound of body weight throughout the entire day. So if you want to weigh 140 pounds, that's 140 grams of protein. Now, this can be chicken, tuna, salmon, protein powder, beans, whatever it is, just add it onto your plate. 3, include those healthy fats. So you can drizzle a little bit of olive oil on your salad. You could throw some avocado in there, or maybe even sprinkle some nuts on your smoothie bowl. Number 4, eat real single ingredient whole food carbs. So instead of relying on pastas or bread products, try having sweet potatoes or quinoa, or if you want, once in a while, throw in some rice or oats. But as I mentioned, cook them the day before, let them chill in the fridge overnight, and then eat them the next day. So they're that great resistant starch that's not going to mess with your blood sugar levels as much, and it's going to feed your gut bacteria way better. Number 5, snack smarter. So maybe this week you decide to swap out those processed snacks that you would usually eat, maybe that granola bar or those chips, and you're going to have nut butter with your apple for your midday snack, or you're gonna have that delicious high protein Greek yogurt with some berries, or you're gonna have those nuts and dark chocolate. That's a really great one to implement for the next 7 days. Number 6, drink water before your coffee. So coffee is a diuretic and it also dehydrates us. So it's super helpful to have some water, maybe with some electrolytes or some sea salt before we have our cup of coffee in the morning. This is going to help with bloating, with fatigue, with cramping, and all sorts of stuff down the line. Number 7, cut out alcohol. This is going to be a big one for people, but especially if this is the week before your period or the week of your period, this is going to be huge. Alcohol is a toxin, and while it's okay in small doses sometimes, most of us are over-consuming it, chronically consuming it, and it's problematic, and it doesn't help our period pain and PMS. So for the next 7 days or 14 days, could you cut out alcohol? Number 8, add more fiber. So increasing your vegetable intake is going to increase your fiber, which is exciting. You could also sprinkle flax seeds or chia seeds into your smoothie or your salad. You could also just buy that soluble fiber like inulin and add that to a smoothie or a drink. Increasing fiber is a really great habit that you could start today. Number 9, slow down and savor the meal. We are really good at rushing through making the meal and then rushing through eating the meal. So something really great to do is just sit down before you eat and take a moment. Smell the food. Maybe give her a little bow. Say a little thank you, a little gratitude, and then take a bite and then set your fork down and chew. This is going to give you an opportunity to digest better, to really savor and appreciate the taste and the flavors and the people around you or the scenery around you. And it might even signal to your body and brain that you're full before you finish all the food on your plate. Because sometimes we keep eating even though we don't need to keep eating. So slowing down is going to allow us to enjoy the food more, to digest it better, and to let us know when we're full, And number 10 is movement after meals. So this isn't about the nutrition itself. This is about getting up after you're done eating and getting 5 to 10 minutes of gentle movement. This could be going for a walk. This could be some yoga stretches. This could even just be moving around, doing the dishes, cleaning the kitchen. You know, you're engaging your muscles. You're helping the blood glucose go to the muscles in the liver and everything move through your body. You're helping with digestion. So movement after meals, every meal, 5 to 10 minutes every day for the next 7 days. So from that list, pick whatever feels doable. And then, like I said, do it today and tomorrow and the next day and the day after that until it is second nature. And celebrate yourself, reward yourself, be so proud of yourself. This is amazing. This is a big deal. I promise you, the more you practice this, the more great things that you integrate into your life in gentle transitions, the better you're gonna feel. All right, my friend, that's all for today. Go eat your damn vegetables and I'll see you here next week.